Podcasting as a medium has absolutely taken off in the last few years. And because of that, a lot is changing. Whether you're a podcast creator or consumer, here are 6 podcasting trends to keep your eyes on in 2023. Starting off, podcasts are niching down. With so many people starting their own podcasts, it's getting harder and harder to stand out. So people are resorting to creating more specialized podcasts to try and be seen as something new. Now, it might seem like targeting a smaller audience is a bad thing, but it really isn't, because those people that you're targeting are going to be way more engaged with your content than if you were marketing to a broader audience. Moving on, podcast ad spending is increasing. Brands are realizing how high the ROI is when they sponsor podcasts, so they are investing so much more. For creators, this is great because it means that they have the budget to make the show exactly how they imagined it from the start. For listeners, this is great because the quality and diversity of the content they listen to will only continue to get better and better. And for the companies sponsoring the podcasts, this is great because they make lots of money. One huge trend we're seeing popping up is live streamed podcasts. Especially on sites like YouTube, people are starting to live stream their podcasts for a few reasons. It's easier than writing a script, recording, editing, that whole process. It's also not expected to be as polished because it was done live. You get far greater interaction with your audience, and all over, it gives your podcast a more authentic feel. And if you've been with us for any amount of time, you'll know we are all about being authentic. Video podcasts are already a big thing, but are expected to take off over the next few years. According to Riverside, over the next 10 years, video will likely become the default way for company podcasts to record. And they expect that over the next 5 years, video will likely become the default for many podcasts, which makes sense because you're recording the same content, just giving your audience another way to consume it. And with such a visual world, sometimes people need to be able to see things, not just hear them. Competition between companies is always a good thing for their field as a whole, and it's no different in podcasting. The top 2 podcast hosting sites, Apple Podcasts and Spotify, are fighting tooth and nail to make it to number 1. And the ones who profit from this are us, the creators and the consumers. For instance, Spotify to date has invested almost $1 billion in original podcasts, which are podcasts that can only be hosted on their platform. They're also taking more UX data, or user experience data, into account to make sure their listeners are getting everything that they want. With so many people starting their own podcasts and so many large brands and celebrities jumping on the train, we're seeing people spend more and more on their podcasting equipment. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to drop $1,000 before you can start recording. But as people grow their podcasts, they are becoming more and more willing to spend whatever it takes to get good, high quality microphones, cameras, lights, etc. Now, if you liked this video and want to go more in depth into these topics, or you want to hear more about podcasting trends that we're keeping our eyes on, check out our own live show podcast, Visibility with Video, where we just did an episode on exactly this topic. The link will be down in the description. And make sure you hit subscribe so you know whenever we post another video just like this one. Thanks for watching. I hope this helps you keep your momentum going.